What's up, guys? Welcome back to another day trading recap. Today, unfortunately, I lost about $700. This is a normal loss for me. It's just part of the game, and it's something you have to deal with if you're wanting to get into trading. Nobody is going to have an 100% win rate. You're going to lose, and it's going to be difficult. But what matters is what you do after those losses. So, without further ado, I'm going to get into everything that led me to take this trade, technically, psychologically, just from my mindset and like everything that I was going over. Um, so the very first thing that I saw coming into today's market open was that we were already at London highs. Now, part of my setup is that if we sweep liquidity before market open, then if we have a 5-minute SMT, like in today's case, we can execute upon that and eventually trade in the opposite direction. Um, I also noticed that Nasdaq was significantly higher than the S&P 500. The S&P 500 was barely above this gap around market open, but Nasdaq was all the way up here pushing to these highs. So market opens and we immediately get this sell-off. Initially, I was wanting to look for longs up to these highs and eventually up to these highs up here. But we kept selling off and kept selling off, and then eventually we reached all the way down here. Whenever we got to this low right here, I was kind of in a bit of a sticky situation. I didn't really know if I wanted to take longs or if I wanted to take shorts. But I eventually realized that after we got this 5-minute retrace candle up into our equilibrium, that we pretty much wanted to go lower, or at least that's what my trading system told me, or my setup. We inversed this gap right here on the 1 minute, and I entered. I put my stop a couple ticks above this 5-minute high, and then I let it run. We were in profit for a little bit, about a couple $100, and then eventually we ended up getting stopped out for about $742. So it's an unfortunate loss, but I mean, we had the setup because I was trading on the leading index. ES pushed up on market open, swept these highs. And then Nasdaq this looked like a pretty decent setup, so I took it. That's just part of the game. You have to take a risk. You have to take a gamble. Unfortunately, we lost. My take profits were at these. Hold on. My take profit one was right here at these Asian lows because I figured that if we were going to come down to these lows right here, we might as well take out these lows too. So that was TP1. TP2 was right here, and then depending on TP2 was right here, and then TP3 was going to be all the way down here because usually whenever we get into these big gaps like this, whenever we get into this space, we just flush through it. And I was trying to capitalize on that fact, but unfortunately we didn't even get to there today. We kind of did the opposite. We ended up flushing back up through this gap that we made at market open. It's a tough loss. Mentally and like on a psychological standpoint, I was super, super good. I stayed super composed and I was following my rules and I didn't take profits early or exit the trade early. I just let it play out. And that's another thing that if you're getting into day trading, you have to be okay with following a set system and letting it play out no matter what. But yeah, it sucks to lose. Hopefully tomorrow I can get back to trading. I think we have PMI tomorrow, and usually on PMI days I can catch some good setups. And if I can't do that, we have a lot of decent days next week. We have unemployment claims, PPI. I'll probably trade since I won my last trade on a PPI day, so I'll trade there. FOMC next week, no trading. We all know that it's very volatile. I know there's some traders that do try and catch trades on that. I just personally don't like to trade that late in the day. I don't like taking those setups, and especially on Tuesday too. be a little more careful. The market's probably going to run slower. It's probably going to be a little more choppy, and setups probably aren't going to present themselves on Tuesday or Wednesday. But Monday, Thursday, and Friday next week, amazing trading days. Friday tomorrow, amazing trading day. Hopefully, I can take advantage of those, get some more points on the board. Even though I took a loss today, I'm not that disappointed because I got back into the game. I got some risk on the table, and every loss you take is just one step closer to a win if you're following your rules and if you're following your setup. But yeah, I hope you guys could potentially make. I hope you guys could wake up tomorrow, make some money trading or doing whatever business you have. I hope you guys are working hard. If you guys have any questions, any comments, any concerns, leave it down below or DM me on Instagram. My DMs are open. I'm trying to help you guys learn how to trade, learn how to deal with self-improvement issues, learn how to deal with psychology, whatever it is. DM me on Instagram or leave a comment down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But I'll see you guys next time.